listening to the Full Sport Press podcast featuring hosts Jay Hove, Chef, Weezy, and Coach Locke. Please enjoy the show.
305. 305 in my yayo, cameraman. Jeff, how was the week?
No complaints.
Weezy?
I'm back, bud.
You back?
Yes.
You got a jacket on. You recording with your jacket on?
No.
Okay.
A little nippy outside.
Little nippy out.
Little nippy out.
I see.
Yeah. All right.
Sure. You still talking Zion? Yeah.
Zion look good, though.
Trey Young, too. You had a good week.
Great week.
Good. It's a Jeff week.
It's definitely a Jeff week.
No
You had 100 pieces a week?
hot chicken for me. I'll pass. How your bathroom doing?
Yes, sir. Okay, all right.
Cameraman ready to rock? 305. Let's get it. Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back and some of you for the first time to the Full Sport Press Podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I am Jay Ho.
It's your boy, Big Jeff.
Weezy in the building. Say what's up, Weezy.
What up?
What's up, everybody? How's the week?
Man, great week.
Great week.
Yeah, great week.
How about you, Weezy? How was your week?
Good week, man.
Yeah.
Great week.
Cameraman, how you, brother? Two thumbs up.
There we go.
It's a good week. It's a good week.
How was your week?
My week was great, man. Thanks for asking, Weezy. For sure. It was a great week. Really good week, man.
You're a robot.
I'm a robot.
Such a robot.
Yeah.
Everything you do is premeditated.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
He called me a robot. Episode 305, we are selecting the 2019-2020 NBA All-Star Reserves.
FSP style. Always FSP style.
Better damn know it.
Better damn believe it.
Let's kick it off. Best of the week, Weezy. What you got?
Oh, best week for me is hot chicken week, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hot chicken week.
For sure.
I'm out of 7 days. I'm about 3 out of 7 right now.
3 out of 7?
Yeah. I'm gonna end it up tonight and I'll be done.
I haven't indulged once.
I've been indulging, participating,
Yeah, all the above.
fellowshipping,
Yeah.
partaking.
Yeah, you partaking.
Oh man, it's been last year it got me. I hope it don't get me this year.
Oh man!
Oh my God. What about you, Jeff? What's your best of the week?
Oh, I got a couple, man.
Okay.
Start off with Wednesday night. Wednesday night was a good night.
Yeah,
A lot of people online jumped to conclusions. Oh man, he ain't been playing.
yeah.
He playing 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh,
What's
Zion.
going on? Oh no, we getting there. Don't worry about it. We getting there. Where's his 3-minute burst? What's going on? Then the second half happened, cameraman.
Yeah.
When the lights was on, cameraman. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to Zion, man. He's
Shout out to Zion.
above and beyond expectations in game 1. Can't be more happy. Then my guy Trey, we'll talk about him a little bit later on too.
Yeah.
Been a great week for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, great week.
Shout out to my guy. You listen to the show. My guy Max said, Jeff, one thing you do, when you call him, you call him. I said, you know what, Max, you're absolutely right.
Max is a damn lie.
Yeah, tell me I didn't holler at him.
Max is big cap. Max the big cap, for sure.
Dude, you call him, you call him. I said, you're right, man. You know what I mean?
Max lying. Max lying. That might be an imaginary friend right there. Max ain't real.
Max ain't real. Ain't no Max.
Ain't no Max.
Yeah, you gonna do my guy like
Ain't no
that.
Max.
Shout out to Max.
Might
Whoever
not be
you are.
Max
You gonna do
real.
my guy like that, man.
Best of the week, man. I saw a DeLorean, man, rolling down the street. I looked to my left, looked to my right, and I saw 2 1983 DeLorean DMC 12s. Same car that was in Back to the Future.
Right.
I think there maybe been like the DeLorean like convention, maybe or something going on, but I gotta buy one. I looked around there like 45,
Yeah,
50,000.
you can get one.
Yeah, I can get you one. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Buy me one, Weed.
I got you.
Everything paid for, ain't
You better know it.
it? Yeah, man, for sure. So Easy my favorite car of all time. I gotta give me one. For sure.
That's nice. That's
Yeah,
all
man.
right there.
Worst
Two
of the week. 2 of them.
Yeah, most people only see one. You
I saw them
two
like they were boom, boom right there. I would have to put some modern technology inside that thing.
of them.
No?
Yeah, nah.
At least maybe like an MP3 situation. where I
He's an
can put-
ox cord.
Man, because it's a tape player in there.
It's tough.
It's a tape player in there. So
Maybe an 8-track.
maybe an 8-track.
Woo.
83?
83,
Yeah, maybe an 8-track. For sure. What you got, Reezy? Worst of the week?
What's the week for me, man, was my Vanderbilt Commodores, man. The streak was broken. My streak of 3-pointers, it was a 34-year-old streak.
Yeah.
1,000 games were 3-pointer made at home,
Mm-hmm.
and it ended last Saturday when they went 0 for 29 from the field from 3.
From 3.
That hurt me.
That hurt you. Yeah, for sure.
That hurt me.
Had a good run. though.
Yeah, the fan base is in the uproar. They're in the uproar right now.
Really?
Yeah, they're in the uproar. I seen a petition going around. They're in the uproar about this streak.
They're trying to get my boy Stack out of there?
They mad about that streak.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's what we're known for. We need a 3-point shooter,
Yeah.
and we can't hit one.
Yeah.
Took 29 of them.
Took 20 of these.
Well, I think it's 25. But we
Okay,
can't.
that's enough though.
Yeah, that's enough.
That's
we
enough.
can't hit one.
Man, it's tough.
1,000 games in.
Yeah,
Shout out to you.
talking to the mic.
I'm hot about that.
Yeah, for sure. Worst of the week, fella. What you got?
Oh man. So this is a personal thing.
Mm.
I watch a lot of basketball, as you do.
Yeah, for sure.
NBA teams, ever since the Raptors ran a zone against Golden State in the finals last year,
Mhm.
and Steph had troubles with that zone, it seems like the zone is sweeping the nation right now. So you watch a lot of NBA basketball, you see a team like the Lakers last night,
Right.
the Nets, even them, the Raptors still to this day.
To this day.
Stop running the zone, man.
Yeah.
Just grown man basketball,
Yeah.
man up,
Good luck.
switch,
Yeah.
double team if you got to. But come out that zone.
Good luck with that. That ain't gonna happen.
Goodness.
No, that's just part of
That's
basketball,
part of
Joe.
basketball.
It ain't
If
part
you
of
got one
basketball.
player that's
Yeah.
gonna shoot like that, like Steph did, you got to run in box one against him. You have to. It's
Part of
the game.
basketball. I'm not mad about that.
I'm hot at it.
Yeah,
It's horrible basketball.
Yeah.
Horrible basketball.
My worst of the week is somebody questioning my 49ers fandom, Weezy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to Koo. Shout out to Twin. They were saying that they hadn't heard me speak this year, the 49ers. They said it was very suspect that I always have my Florida Gators weekly dance. Why don't I have a 49ers weekly dance on Sunday? And I said 16 weeks. It's a lot of wins. We won 13 games this year.
A lot of dancing.
That's a lot of dancing, dog. It's a valid point, though.
Uh-huh.
But I had to show them, that I've been a fan for a very long time. And it's just bitter Titans fans,
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers fans. We're on the quest for 6. Shout out to Coach Lott. And
Sean Watts.
yeah. Sean Watch, too. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know about the
49ers,
Sean
yeah.
Wash.
Yeah, damn.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Can y'all fact check that?
Ooh, you don't have to handle that with him. I ain't got nothing to do
You
with
know what I'm
that.
gonna do? Man? I'm gonna make sure you check us out on
Yeah,
iTunes,
for sure.
Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Stitcher, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and of course the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP. Just search Full Sport Press Podcast. And after you do that, check out the On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast with Animal Brown and Spike Lee each and every Wednesday. This week's show is the Music to Murder by album review.
Yeah.
You gotta check that out.
Checked out the episode. Have not listened to the album. Will not listen to the album. I'm not a fan of Eminem or anything that he puts out musically. I think he's the most overrated rapper in hip hop history. The guys they put together a show for that.
They did.
It was a waste of time.
It was a surprise album
Yeah,
from a
and-
marquee superstar in rap.
Yeah, well, a former market. Nobody's listening. Somebody's checking for an Eminem album. Like Wayne comes out next week. Nobody cares about
That's a
that.
question for you. Who moves the needle more now, Wayne or Eminem?
Yeah, one of them.
Neither
slow
one. of them.
noodle.
Yeah,
that's
that's
a slow needle.
That's a
Wow.
that's a
Wayne
bad
Wayne
needle.
did go first week last time. I
that's
wasn't that bad. Remember that bad?
Yeah, no, I don't care.
I'm just
Yeah, I don't care.
Slow
about that.
needle.
For sure.
Sheesh, tough
Man.
crowd.
Talking about zone. They in the zone.
In the zone. Speaking of the zone.
Old school
Old
basketball.
school, for sure. Fresher Than Your Average podcast. Me and my dog Animal Brown is a self-help fashion podcast directly related to improving everyday fashion. Same great content with the new name. Catch our latest issue. Issue 57 is up right now. Hit the hotline 629-777-5565 and drop a fashion-related voicemail so we can answer that fashion-related voicemail on the show next issue. Follow our IG page at Fresher Than Your Average Pod. Wear your kicks. Cop responsibly. Jeff,
Yes, sir.
you got 10 good resting seconds.
Oh yeah.
Let's start the clock.
All right, guys. So we're gonna try something a little bit new this year. This is
Uh-oh.
first pay-per-view of the year.
Okay.
So normally it's who you got.
Okay.
Go try something different.
Okay.
Who gets the W?
Who gets the W?
Who gets the W,
Listen,
Kevin?
okay, what's up?
All right, so it's Royal Rumble weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll
Uh-oh.
start off with for the SmackDown title.
Okay.
We got Asuka
Okay.
versus Becky Lynch, the champion.
Okay.
Who gets the W?
Oh,
J-Lo.
Becky Lynch. I'm sticking with Becky.
I gotta go with Becky too.
Who you going with?
Becky. I'm gonna go with
Becky,
Becky as
okay.
well. All right, and also we have the Fiend Bray Wyatt, the SmackDown champion,
Okay.
versus Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Who gets the W?
The Fiend. I'm going with the Fiend.
I'm going with Daniel Bryan. He done.
Yeah,
I'm going with Daniel Bryan.
Whew.
You know Daniel Bryan is right, Jay?
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
I got the Fiend Bray Wyatt as well.
Okay.
And
Y'all
two
give me
more.
some-
The Women's Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
The favorite right now, the betting favorite, is Charlotte Flair.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have Charlotte Flair or do you have the field?
Give me the field.
Field.
Mm.
Weezy?
I gotta go with the field. I gotta go with the
I got the
odds.
field as well. Does Ronda Rousey return?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
Ronda Rousey return.
Yeah.
Okay. Weezy?
She'll be there.
Okay. I don't think so. Men's Royal Rumble. Brock Lesnar is the odds-on favorite.
Yeah.
Got Brock Lesnar
I'm going
on
Brock.
the field.
I'm going Brock. Yeah.
Okay, Weezy.
Yeah.
Legend killer.
Randy Orton. You going with the field?
I'm going with the
just threw
field.
out the Randy Orton.
Yeah.
All right, I got the field as well. Last question: does Edge return for the Royal Rumble?
I don't even know who that is.
Okay, all right.
Sure.
Cameraman says yes.
Sure.
Weezy,
Edge will be there.
and that's our first installment of Who Gets the W.
Who gets the W for sure. Now, tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page. On the iTunes page, please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
that the revolution will be podcasted. And before we get started with the first half, Weezy, do you have a yellow box of Cheerios award recipient for the listeners?
I do. This week's award recipient is a deaf man.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
All right.
Oh,
A deaf
my
man.
goodness.
A deaf man has sued Pornhub and other
What's he doing?
and other pornographic websites because he said and I quote, he cannot enjoy video content without the closed captioning. The lawsuit alleges that Pornhub
I feel him though. I kind of feel, hey, I want to take his box back a little bit. Hey, I feel him though.
RedTube, YouPorn are in violation of the 1990 Americans with Disabilities Act. The New York resident tried to watch videos on Pornhub entitled, and I quote, Hot Step Aunt Babysits Disobedient Nephew and Sexy Cop Gets Witness to Talk, and others in October 2019 and January 2020, but could not due to the website's lack of closed captioning. The man had previously sued Fox News, New York Post, and other outlets, alleging that similar actions was going on their websites. The man seeks full compliance with the ADA and New York law, as well as unspecified damages.
That's a thin line. I can see it.
Wow. Here's the thing.
Yo.
He already can't hear it.
Yo.
Here's the thing. I feel him. You know what I'm saying?
I feel him, but my mom watching the show. But I feel him though. My mom watching the show.
All right, I got a question.
Okay.
What is the closed caption saying?
You know what it's saying.
You know what it's
You know
saying.
the vibes.
You know the vibes.
You know the vibes.
Man, let's get out of here.
That's why he want to sue him. You know.
We can send that with snail mail, Weezy.
Yeah, slow.
Give us a chance.
You trying to hear that?
Yes, sir. I mean, shucks.
Big trust, man. Let's get out of here. Let's go start the first half.
The first half is underway.
First half, man.
Oh, boy.
First half of the Full Sport Press Podcast, man. Kicking off the first half with the hottest sports news of the past week. Before we get started, I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
I'm Weezy. What it do?
Weezy, where can they find you on social media, my brother?
FSP_Weezy on IG, and I'm at How Weezy on Twitter.
Yes, you are, my brother. What about you, Jeff?
I'm Jay Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
And I'm J Hove on Instagram and Twitter. Have a conversation with me on Twitter. We got new profile pics. Check me out.
Y'all have TikToks?
No.
I downloaded the app,
Oh my goodness!
but I ain't did nothing with it. Though.
That's gonna
The
be
app is
the-
on my phone.
You gonna hear that boo boo
It's on my phone.
All right.
crickets? You gonna hear the crickets
I don't know
behind
what to
them?
do. Like,
Let's move right along. It is FSB _cameraman
Cameraman's a wild boy.
on the Instagram.
Jeremy out here shaking it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Find him as well on youtube.com
Find him.
/Full Sport Press and also youtube.com/RealVeal for sure. Fellas, let's kick off the first half with woo,
The more you know.
with Penn State. In case you haven't heard, former Penn State player Isaiah Humphries has alleged that Coach James Franklin, Weezy's favorite coach of all time,
Can't stand
ignored violent sexual hazing on the Nittany Lions football team, which included some players telling underclassmen, and I'm going to quote this, I am going to Sandusky you, end quote. The complaint includes that graphic details of perpetrators exposing their genitalia on and near the faces and bodies of the male victims. Among other things, perpetrators have alleged to have wrestled victims to the ground and made humping actions while on top of them, and also stolen victims' clothing. The question I have for you guys, can James Franklin get out of this lawsuit?
Wow.
That's the thing.
That's a 2019, 2020 type of lawsuit.
Dude,
right there.
football locker rooms are a different place.
Yeah.
Football players, different dudes.
Yeah.
This is something that probably goes on in, I would say 85-90% of locker rooms.
Go ahead.
But I'm sure that number is continuing to go down because of lawsuits like this.
Yeah, it's stuff going on in football locker rooms that, you know, you don't want to leave the locker room. But it's not as over the top as some of the stuff this kid is saying.
Right.
But I mean, we've all I know I've witnessed some stuff that was like, ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But it's one of those like a rite of, some people look at it like a rite of passage, like you gotta fight through it, or you gotta stand up or make a play, or whatever. Go through. I went through it. You got to go through it too.
Right.
But you don't want nobody's genitalia in your face.
No, not at all. You definitely don't want that.
Yeah. Too much goes on in the locker room, man.
For sure.
It's too much.
Just place. Football locker rooms. Football mentally they're different.
Yeah,
people. They're different. You have to be different to go and have a car wreck every day.
Exactly.
For practice and in games.
Yeah, that's what you sign up for.
Yeah, and a number of former and current players strongly came to the defense of Franklin and the players named in the lawsuit, which also makes things a little bit less favorable for Humphreys, is that no players have came to the support of him. Yeah. So even this guy transferred, right? Okay. When he transferred from Penn State in November 2018, he left a glowing tweet about how the coaches and players and faculty and staff were great and wishing the program nothing but luck. There was nothing remotely negative in that tweet, and now you come out and have all of this negative energy towards Penn State. I don't think that the lawsuit will stand, but if he can provide substantial evidence saying that this stuff was happening, he would probably come out clean in this.
That's tough, man. That's tough.
That's rough.
Yeah. Let's move on to the UFC. So, cameraman, it's not a good time in sports to be associated with the name Cowboy. So, fighter Conor McGregor was victorious in his first UFC match in over 15 months. Okay. He got a knockout win over American opponent Donald Cowboy Carrion in Las Vegas, Nevada. He used a combination of his shoulders. That was brutal shoulder shots.
That was rough.
And a knockout kick for a 40-second win. McGregor's record improves to 22-4 with 19 knockouts. He now has his eyes set on a rematch with Floyd Money Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, come on, Conor.
Which one would you guys rather see?
I would rather see him with Pacquiao because I know what he did against Floyd. Pacquiao killed him just like Floyd did. Play with him a little while. Pause. But McGregor received $3 million for this.
Yes, sir.
Cowboy received $200.
Close to it. Yeah.
Right. So, and Cowboy's coming off back-to-back losses. Yeah. So I think it might be time to pack it up, man.
People were saying that, and people were even questioning, was this even worthy of being a main event fight?
Right.
But Conor needed a win. He needed because he lost his last 2 fights. He needed a win. Needed to get back focused, to get his money back rolling in. You know, UFC couldn't stand having that. That's their golden goose right now.
Right, it is.
Yeah. So no Rousey, no Brock Lesnar, a couple of the guys. You know,
up and coming.
Yeah.
What about Khabib? You think that rematch will happen?
I don't think he want that smoke.
I don't think he want that smoke.
I just don't think he want that smoke. Like that's a different dude right there.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Is it rough for y'all to watch UFC fights?
Oh, it's tough, man. It's tough. I'm telling you, I was watching it, man, and a guy. Oh, no, it was a lady. Yeah. A lady tore her ACL, right? Yeah. The person comes in, moves her leg around a little bit, said, partially torn ACL. She can keep going. And she kept going. Yeah. She kept like, dude, like that's 6 months. You done. Yeah. And you still hobbling on one leg trying to fight. It's tough for me to watch, man. It's barbaric, man.
Very much so.
Yeah.
It's only so many. I love boxing, but with this, with the gloves being as small as they are, and close to the knuckle.
It's tough to watch. Yeah. Sure. Let's move on to the NBA. Teammates and former coaches of Delonte West are trying to help the troubled former NBA star after another alarming incident 4 years ago. We saw West walking outside of Jack and Box in Houston looking very disheveled. Later in 2016, West was photographed in, quote, ragtag attire with a cardboard sign on the side of the road in Maryland. The question that I have, should one of the biggest stars in the NBA lend a helping hand to help Delonte West after this latest incident?
I think to better kind of piggyback off your question, I think everyone's going to try to.
Yeah.
You have to be like if you have the means to help, you have to be a heartless person not to want to help.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's up to Delonte.
Yeah. And the thing is, it really isn't up to Delonte though, because with his mental health situation, I think, man, it's just a sickness that he's dealing with, like any other chronic condition, diabetes, heart disease. If you're not treated, you're going to be sick. And I think Delonte West is sick, and he needs treatment, and he needs to be admitted and helped. And that's something that he can't, in his mind, get to the point of, hey, I need help, because he's not in his right mind.
Correct.
So it's very difficult. And for you to say, hey, I need help when you don't really know because you're not medicated. Like if you're sick and you have diabetes, right?
Mhm.
You say to yourself, man, I'm sick. I need to start taking diabetes medication, metformin, whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
You can easily say that. But what if you're not in your right mind? You don't know what to take. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing. You're just flying by the wheels. And, you know, I've seen a lot of people say that he's on drugs and things of that nature. The dude's not on drugs. He could be probably doing drugs. I'm saying the problem stems from his mental health disability.
Now that I'll give you. The
Yeah.
problem may stem from the mental health thing. I hope that what you're saying is 100% correct.
For sure.
I know from looking at those videos, yeah, mental health is a whole different thing that we cannot diagnose because I'm not a doctor, I'm not
For
a psychiatrist, anything like that.
Right.
I've seen people on drugs.
Right.
I know family members that have not been able to shake it, that are my age,
Mhm.
that have lost their teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that gentleman without his teeth in those same spots where those family members lost their teeth.
Right.
So I'm not saying he's on it,
Right.
but he may be doing those things to try to help cope with the mental health issues that,
Sure.
that you speak of. So
I agree. Yeah. Just working in mental health, I've seen those same people that haven't did drugs, but
Yeah.
in turn, they were just not taking their medication and been sick and hanging out
Exactly.
with those people because they don't know where the hell they are. They're not in
Yeah.
their right mind.
Exactly.
So they could just be hanging out. And I had a guy, that just fell out because he was drinking alcohol and shattered his front two teeth and lost his teeth. And he never smoked crack or anything like that. He just, hit a bad spot and wasn't taking his medication, man. So a lot of that stuff. And other, people are helping out and saying that LeBron James should help.
that's a lot to ask of LeBron James.
Yeah.
For reasons I don't want to bring up.
Yeah,
that's a lot
sure.
to ask of LeBron
Yeah.
James.
I mean, it's an entire NBA of people that have played with him, coached him, high school.
Nelson.
Yeah, for sure. It's a bunch of people that are multimillionaires that have a better relationship with him than LeBron James. LeBron James isn't the golden savior for every human being in the
Correct.
world in the NBA.
Correct.
He can't do everything, and I don't expect him to do something with somebody that he is not the best of friends with,
Right.
to say the least.
But didn't he say he said he was?
Said he would help out.
My thing is, you don't even have to be a multimillionaire to
For sure.
assist him right now. You have to, if you know him,
Yep.
and he's a loved one, and you can reach out to him,
Yeah.
you can get him to where he needs to go.
100%.
Like,
Yeah.
there are people with less means and less financial backing that were able to get back into the right state of mind or
Right.
kick whatever demons that are on their shoulders.
Yeah.
So it can happen.
And the Players Association said that they would help out financially and provide a home for him to stay. And Danny Ainge even said that he'd reach out and give him a scouting job. He doesn't need a scouting
He don't
job,
need a job right now.
He don't need.
He get
He
help.
needs help.
Yeah, you
He
need
needs
help.
help. So Godspeed to Delonte West for sure.
Let's keep it in basketball. A little lighter though.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Big Three.
Yep.
It's my league.
That's your league,
Yeah.
Jeff.
So the league continues to grow. And with that, you got to make some changes.
For sure.
All right. So here's what's going on in year for 2020. I mean, for the season 2020. The age limit has been lowered to 22 years old.
Okay.
So it used to be for retired NBA players first season.
Mhm.
Then it dropped to 27 last year. Now it's 22.
Okay.
All right. Then they bring in the fire, which allows teams to challenge a foul call once per half. When the challenge is issued, one player from each team will compete in a one-on-one for possession, with the victor winning his team the foul call.
Okay.
All right. And they will continue to inject single foul shots for the 2020 season. The single free throws will be worth the number of points for the field goal attempt.
Okay.
However, if the shot was a 3-point shot or a 4-point shot, and they have 4-point shots in the Big Three,
Okay.
the player would shoot the foul shot from the top of the key in the selected 3-point or 4-point area. So you follow that?
I'm following it.
Okay. And then also the league will now use a red ball
Mm-hmm.
called the fireball.
It's doing too much right there. That was a little too much.
Yeah, you had a little success.
You had me cool.
You had
with that
success last year. Don't if it ain't
get
broke, don't
into a
fix it,
gimmick.
man.
Yeah, don't turn it into a gimmick show.
Yeah, it's not a circus.
But you know what they're doing.
They're trying to appeal to a younger audience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because because it was the league for our heroes to go to.
Mhm.
That's what the selling point was first. Remember, first you
100%.
had Jason Williams,
Yeah.
Allen Iverson,
Yeah.
Josh Smith,
Yeah.
all those guys that we love to watch in the NBA. But now it's like, you know what? Let's get these players that are, we might even get some guys fresh out of college.
Yeah, no,
Play in
for
the
sure.
summer.
They're making it obvious that, like what you said, it's not a senior retirement
Yeah.
tour. They want younger players. They're looking to get a little bit more of the younger fan into the actual sport. People that follow college. Hey, you can't make it to the G League. You don't want to play overseas. You can come play in the Big Three. And the thing is, they're also looking for an opportunity to get in other players and artists and athletes to come in. They want J. Cole. and just to kind of compete and play. Because you see these players, these artists working out with all of these trainers, right?
Yeah.
But they can't play competitively anywhere else.
Right.
The Big Three is a place for them to do that.
Cool. And it'll be a good look for them.
Yeah.
Is basketball, is that the only sport where if you're professional, you can play somewhere professional? You can play overseas.
Yeah.
Big Three.
Yeah.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's a sport that never ends.
Football has a lot of spots too now.
Not like that.
But yeah, it's
You just
arena.
don't know about it.
It's a lot of football.
A lot of
Canadian
semi-pros.
football, semi-pro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of semi-pros. You can play different leagues that you can play with. Now, I'm not signing up to play semi-pro football. Those are some strong, tough guys. To do that. But if you want to play semi-pro football, you're a better man than me. But it's out there though.
And removing that requirement to play pro basketball and holding open tryouts will get some more of your and one basketball players in some of that.
They were a year too late.
Yeah,
because they could have got the Ball brothers.
Yeah,
and played last year.
But what
the other one can still go there.
He needs to.
The elephant in the room is they haven't talked about increasing pay.
They can't yet.
They can't.
Yeah, they're getting 10,000 $10,000 a game.
10,000 per game.
Yeah, with incentives.
Each player is.
Yeah, with incentives.
Yeah.
Just you're not going to get your NBA contract.
No, for sure.
But you can stay in shape.
You can stay in shape. Yeah, you can still. They're gonna fire you too. Before we get started with halftime, let's talk college football. Miami is again going to the transfer quarterback well with former Houston quarterback Weezy's guy. Or is this Jeff's guy?
Nah, it's your man's.
It's not my guy.
It's your
I'm not
man.
a fan of Derek King. It's not my guy.
It ain't my guy.
Derek King announced on Monday that he's heading to play for the Hurricanes. King is a grad transfer that will be eligible to play immediately. He will begin classes in Miami on Tuesday. Is this enough to get the Hurricanes back to a contender?
The kid's talented.
He is.
He's got to be 25 by now, though.
Yeah, it was just last year that you get Tate Martell. He was the number one quarterback in 2017, transferring from Ohio State. He only threw one pass.
Yeah.
And then you have a freshman, Jaron Williams, who started over Tate Martell and N'Kosi Perry. Yeah. And now he's transferring because you're bringing in Derek King.
Yeah.
So I think you're stunting the growth. Like I remember when LeBron James came to the Lakers and Jeff said, man, you're stunting the growth of Brandon Ingram, stunting the growth of Lonzo Ball. This is something that has to be done in college football because they were 6 and 7.
Yeah.
So the fire is on them. I think it's a little bit different of a situation, but it is stunting the growth of players. And you bring in Tate Martell, why not roll with him? Yeah. Derek King is better than him. But I just knew Tate Martell was going to come in and get this starting job in Miami, and he only threw one pass.
Tate Martell looking.
You know what?
I don't know about Tate Martell.
It tells me about Derek King is it's like he's looking for the easy way out. Just to get him a good draft pick. Let's just take the easy because the ACC's down.
Yeah,
ACC's down.
ACC's down.
If he wanted to be, he would have went to LSU, somewhere like that.
I don't think they wanted him.
Yeah, I don't think they want. I just don't think Derek King is the answer to stunt the growth of your young quarterbacks and your quarterback that's been there.
It's a 1-year fix.
I think they were 6 and 7. I think they may be 8 and 5 with him. Is that enough to shatter your whole quarterback room?
He's not enough to go all in on.
Yeah, it's not. It's not Justin Fields.
Yeah,
you're not transferring.
It's not Jalen Hurts for sure.
It's not the kid from Washington. What's your boy name?
Jacob Eason.
Eason. It's not that type of quarterback.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, or Joe Burrow. Yeah, but you're stunning the growth of another transfer. I just don't know what Tate Martell goes from here. He has 2 more years left.
What about Florida?
We don't need a quarterback.
Huh?
We got 5. 5 is cold. We got 5, and we got my guy Kyle Trask. We're good at quarterback. We don't need a quarterback.
That's what's up.
Unless it's Justin Fields coming to save the day on another.
Everybody take Justin Fields.
Yeah, no, for sure. Anytime, for sure. You guys ready to get started with halftime?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
We're at the midway point. Enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime, in case you missed it, even after completing his 5th Pro Bowl season and being set to make his 3rd appearance in the Super Bowl, 49ers defensive cornerback, All-Pro Richard Sherman continues to seek out haters. Former All-Pro cornerback Darrelle Revis called Sherman out on Twitter after giving up a big play during the NFC Championship game in which we beat the Green Bay Packers handily. Per usual, Sherman jumped on social media within minutes of the win over Green Bay and clapped back at Revis. Despite Revis having the same number of Super Bowl titles and playing in just 3 more playoff games than Sherman, who is the better cornerback?
Oh, come on.
Darrelle Revis, Richard Sherman.
Weezy, go ahead.
Well, if you going on the football field,
Okay.
not your scheme versus my scheme.
Okay.
On the football field,
Okay.
Sherman has a point, has an edge.
Uh-oh.
And he didn't have an edge.
Uh-oh.
But I'm saying they're two totally different corners. So you have to. That's basically what you're saying. You
Yeah.
would have to line him up with people that play zone, like Nnamdi Asomugha.
Don't
I'm not being disrespectful. Sherman's my guy now.
Okay.
You know, but I'm telling you, there's a difference between playing man and the difference in playing zone.
Right.
And Darrelle Revis had one of the best seasons in 2009 that I've ever seen. And Sherman doesn't have, and the only person I've seen have a year like Revis had was close this year with Stephon Gilmore. He had a really good year this year.
It was okay.
He had a really good year this year. But that 2009, and of course, Deion Sanders.
Well,
year he had with San Francisco. Right. But that year when he had to check Andre Johnson, Randy Moss 2 times, T.O., Steve Smith, Roddy White, Reggie Wayne, and Chad Johnson, and he only gave up 2 touchdowns the entire year, and none of them had over 60 yards. None. Not one of them. No single season is better than that. So if a person can put together a season like that, and he's following those 5, 6, maybe 7 Hall of Famers right there.
Yeah, but Sherman's played in 10 playoff games.
Yeah, he's been on better teams.
Only been scored on twice.
He's been on better teams though.
We can't help that.
Yeah.
Those Jets teams defensively were not bad.
No.
He played on
Revis.
he played on that one team that had the best defense in the league.
Let's keep it a bean though.
I'm just
Who had a look at the secondary and the front line that Darrelle Revis had compared to what Sherman had.
That's the Bart Scott Jets.
Come on.
That's the
I'm
opposite.
You,
is he playing? Is there another cornerback on the other side? Was Anthony Cromartie?
That's a solid question. Starter.
But this is an argument you can't win.
Cam.
But you can't. I'm not gonna let you discount Antonio
I'm
Cromartie,
not.
though.
I'm not.
I can't let you do that.
I'm not.
He wasn't that good.
I'm just saying.
Well, he was solid. You're not mad on.
But he wasn't as good as Earl Thomas.
No, I'm not saying that, Jay. I'm just saying I'm not gonna let you discredit Cromartie though. Like that's a pro.
But I mean, and I'm not knocking Sherman because he's patrolling one whole side of the field, which is spectacular. It's very hard to do.
That's like if you like, Chris Paul or Kyrie Irving. It's same point guard, just two different type of players.
2 totally different players, 100%. And that's the reason that we're even talking about this, because there's 2 totally different players. One does one thing, one does a totally other thing. Revis follows the best player up and down the field, wherever they line up.
And Sherman shuts down a complete side of the field.
One side of the field.
Yeah.
That's 2 totally different things.
2 totally different
You starting a team tomorrow, who would you rather have?
I'm an aggressive defensive play call, so I'm going Revis.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
Give me
blitzing more.
Revis. Yeah.
That's all.
I'm cool with either one of them. I'm playing.
You got to pick one, though.
Give me Sherman since y'all both went Revis.
But my thing is,
he's got to play.
I don't like what Revis is doing though.
No, it's not.
He looks salty.
That was kind of corny.
Yeah, it was corny though.
Yeah, like,
it was corny.
Like, bro, like you at home chilling.
Yeah, you at the crib.
Just chill, bro. Like we could let this ride a long time ago.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Maybe
a little CTE.
So I mean, so Sherman doesn't get any.
Oh, he gets credit.
No, let's go in detail. So in the red zone and Crabtree, they throwing a fade route to Crabtree. That's 1-on-1.
It is. It's one side though.
But that's 1-on-1.
It's one side. That's what I'm saying. If you don't, here's the thing. If you're preparing for a player, right, it's easy to prepare because you know the ball is going one way. He doesn't have to worry about a completely different side. Darrelle Revis is moving all across the field and has to defend both sides of the ball. So if they're throwing the ball a specific way on the right side, in the hashes, or on that left side, X, Y, he's playing slot. It's very difficult to prepare for that, and you're more prepared, I think, if you're moving all across the field. That's what Darrelle Revis is saying.
I think that's well, not I think I know that's what got to Nnamdi Asomugha.
Right.
When he had to play on the other side of the zone.
It's
completely different.
Totally different. It's easy if you're preparing in every game, like, I only have to worry about this entire left side. Darrelle Revis had to prepare every week for an entire field.
Yeah,
that's easier to do.
Or an entire person.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, maybe just just play tendencies and nuances and things like that. So I don't know. You can't go wrong with either one.
Can't go wrong with either one.
I hated the way Revis went about it. That's all.
That's true. You guys ready to get started? Second half.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
The second half is underway.
Second half, the 2019-2020 NBA All-Star Reserve Selection Show. I am Jay Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
I'm Weezy. What it do?
Weezy, NBA All-Star Weekend is returning to Chicago for a third time after previous appearances in 1973 and 1988. As we have made our way past the halfway mark and gave out our NBA mid-season awards, almost all the players have put their best foot forward for All-Star selections. As a refresher, let's go through the process by which an All-Star pick is made. Now, there are 5 starters from each conference, which was chosen by the fans, media, and players. Fans accounted for 50% of that vote. Current players and selected media members count for the other 25% apiece. Starter ballots will include 2 backcourt players and 3 frontcourt players. Head coaches will choose 7 reserves from the East and 7 reserves from the West. The All-Star starter from each conference who receives the most fan votes will be named the team captains, which we have already been told. Okay. Like last year, these captains will rebuild their teams from scratch, from the crop of selected starters and reserves without regard for conference affiliation. Now, who wants to wait that long? FSP is here with more than half a season of data to pull from. We are pulling out our crystal balls to predict the 2020 NBA All-Star Game reserves. Before we do that, let's speak on the 2020 NBA All-Star starters. Starting with the East, the captain, Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is his 4th All-Star game. Does this make sense?
Absolutely.
100%.
Second time being a captain, didn't it?
Second time being a captain, 100%. Just turned 25, so it's the 4th All-Star game. It's nuts. The East backcourt starters. First person is Trae Young, point guard for the Hawks, first All-Star selection. How great of a sophomore season does Trae Young have?
Top 5 scorer, top 5 assists.
Yeah.
I mean, what more do you want from your point guard?
Some wins. Eastern Conference wins. We got to get some wins. And he's terrible on defense.
Name his second best player.
And the Hawks are bad.
Name his second best player.
On the team?
Yeah.
John Collins.
He has missed 25 games.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Jabari Parker.
It's All-Star is an individual award, right?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Second guard, Kemba Walker with the Celtics. This is his 4th All-Star selection. And he's been the pace that the Celtics need to get past the Kyrie Irving debacle that haunted them in 2019 for sure. So likely it's great to see Kemba Walker starting again. Now let's move on to the East front court starters. This is a different one for me. Pascal Siakam, first All-Star selection. The Raptors. How you guys feel about this?
Man, overshot expectations.
Yeah.
Kid's having a great year. He's stepping into his own. He's becoming everything they needed him to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he should have been a starter, but I see why he definitely is an all-star, though.
Yeah, had it not been for that groin injury that kept him out 3 weeks, I would have put him in as a starter from the beginning. But he missed 3 weeks of a season that's been, maybe 16 weeks?
Right.
So I just don't see him being a starter, missing almost 1/4 of the actual mid-season show. But whatever the case may be, he stepped up, been a complete surprise. And last but not least, in the East, Joel Embiid making his 3rd All-Star appearance. His scoring has dropped from last year, but I think that's a result of the talent that's been added to this team. And I think their number one priority is getting him healthy for the postseason.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that is the Eastern Conference. Weezy, do you have any of selections? Do you think any of these were bad selections in the starting 5?
The Pascal was suspect
because
of injury, but other than that, I like Trae Young.
Okay.
I'm cool with that.
Cool with
did his thing, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Let's move on to the Western Conference. The captain will be LeBron James, suiting up for his 16th All-Star selection. Not only will he make that 16th All-Star game, I think he will continue to set records for years to come in this All-Star game. I think he's the all-time leading scorer. His 16th appearance broke a record that he was tied with Shaquille O'Neal, KG, Tim Duncan, and of course, Kobe Bryant.
Of course.
So Kobe Bryant has 18. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had 19. That's nuts. That is nuts. Moving on. Well, of course, LeBron James is the captain, right?
Yeah. No question.
For sure. Move on to the West backcourt starter with Luka Doncic making his first All-Star appearance.
Slovenian drip,
man. Only 20 years old. Second season, taking the NBA by storm. The Mavs look great without Porzingis playing at a high level. His second best player, not named Porzingis,
Tim Hardaway Jr.
is Tim Hardaway Jr.
What a player. Been my guy since he's been in the league.
But there's not a lot of difference between that Hawks team and that Mavs team. Not a lot of difference, but we'll talk
Man,
about
have
that
you
a whole.
watched that Hawk? Have you watched the Mavs?
Porzingis missed 11 games due to injury and 14 counting. So I'm just saying.
That's what he always do.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Ain't nothing new for Porzingis.
Let's move on to James Harden,
Outside, he ain't playing.
shooting guard. This will make his 8th All-Star selection, leading the league in scoring, 3-point attempts, free throw attempts, and makes. And this comes alongside playing with the Russell Westbrook, this NBA's second leading shot taker. So it's very difficult to play at a high level with somebody's two of the most two people that shooting the ball like that.
Oh.
You got James Harden still making it. Any selections in the front court, the backcourt? It's a little shaky.
This is perfect.
I think you have to go James Harden.
Yeah.
Gotta go James Harden.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm cool with the step back.
Yeah, this is perfect.
We gotta get James Harden jersey up
Yeah.
here.
It's James Harden.
We gotta get James Harden jersey up here.
You have to get a James Harden jersey up here.
Let's take a Westbrook one down. He pretty hard.
What you ain't gonna.
Let's move on to the West front court starters with Kawhi Leonard. This is his 4th All-Star game. Only his 4th.
Yeah.
I thought it was more than this.
No.
He
Another
just looks like
great
an old guy.
He just played.
He played a lot of.
It seems like Kawhi been in the league for 15 years, man.
He has.
He
He
ain't.
Spurs years though. Like he
Yeah.
wasn't the guy in San Antonio
That's
all
true.
those years.
Yeah, averaging 27, 7, and 4, man. So
Yeah.
great year for Kawhi. And last but not least, Anthony Davis with the Lakers making his 7th All-Star game. This is 7 in a row, I think. And
Yeah.
ugly drawn out trade with the Pelicans didn't hurt his popularity, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
With other front court players such as Paul George, Karl Anthony Towns missing nearly 20 games and a slow start for Nikola Jokic. That starting spot was locked up by Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the point of this show, the reserves.
Let's do
Start
it.
with the East backcourt reserves. Who wants to go with their first selection?
You got it, Jeff.
Ben Simmons.
Oh, for sure.
Over the last 5 games, Ben has averaged 22.4 points a game, 9 boards, 9 assists, and 2 steals.
Yeah.
Where was this at beginning of the season? I don't know.
Yeah.
But Embiid's been hurt. He stepped up, is doing everything for the Sixers right now, pushing them towards and getting back on the right track with their record. This guy, people are afraid that he's reached his ceiling. Jay has mentioned he thinks he may have reached his ceiling.
We've seen the best of Ben Simmons.
I do not believe so. I think we are ready to watch someone become one of the best players to ever play the game for years and years to come.
Wow. I have Ben Simmons as well. He leads the league in steals. I think he's a defensive player of the year candidate.
Yes, sir.
Continues to be elite at everything minus shooting the ball, which remains and will always remain a big issue for him. Zion Williamson has made more threes than him already this year. He played
it's
in one
Zion
game.
though.
Yeah.
You know what? I was really I was
disappointed.
disappointed. Let me get my point out. I was disappointed in Ben because the shooting thing. Because I saw work out all summer. He's gonna shoot. He's gonna shoot. But then with defense he's playing this year, I think I don't care if he shoots or not.
Yeah.
I really don't care if he shoots or not. Lead the league in steals.
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
Top 5 in assists, even with a shooting issue. He's keeping the 76ers relevant while Embiid is out with that hand injury for sure. Let's move on to our next guard. Weezy, who you got? Did you have Ben Simmons?
Yeah, I got Ben Simmons for sure. My next guard, Brad Beal.
Sure. I think, is that unanimous?
Brad Beal, yes. Yes.
For sure.
27 points a game, 6.3 assists. It's just, I don't know if it's because he ain't got John Wall.
Yeah.
He just looks better this year.
He does. Yeah, for sure.
He's a little frustrated right now, but he looks better.
Yeah.
Get him out. Gotta get out of Washington.
Nah, he gotta stay there, man. Nah, he's keeping him relevant.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But he gotta go. Because he's gonna turn into Kevin Love in a minute. It is not gonna be fun to watch no more.
I know. I think he's fine, man. This will be his 3rd All-Star selection.
True.
Averaging career high in points, assists, and doing it at a career high as far as volume. But he has to shoot that much because there's literally nobody else on the team that can score like that.
Your man can't stay on the court.
Yeah, IT is in trouble.
Like
He got no choice to enter that chamber every night.
with Brad Beal, like what you said, this is his 3rd All-Star selection.
Yeah.
And people look at it like, oh man, that's 3. Like 3 in a row. That's great. Like people don't get in the All-Star game for 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
That don't happen.
Yeah. No, for sure. And it goes to the testament how hard he's working, considering the fact that I think the NBA is a little bit more lenient as far as bad records and still getting players in the NBA All-Star game.
It's an individual.
It's an individual,
accomplishment
for sure.
So, yeah.
And it should be.
Yeah.
For sure. Always has been. Yeah. Let's move on to the East Front Court reserves. Who's the first person you guys got on your list?
I got the guy who should be starting.
For sure.
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler should be starting. I know I didn't expect this as far as how great Miami is looking right now. They're number 2 in the East at the moment.
100%.
Like, that's amazing. So with him averaging 20 points a game, 7 boards, 6 assists, and lockdown defender every night, and pushing that team and getting maximizing the potential of every player on that court, because Jimmy Butler is pushing them to work hard at every possession. Man, you can't knock that. Who should be starting? Like, over?
I think he should be starting as a backcourt player over Kemba Walker or Trae Young. I think that we are surprised to the fact that this is his worst shooting season since his rookie year, but he's been so fantastic for the Heat because this team needed Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
And they were looking to trade for CP3. They don't need CP3 now. They have Kendrick Nunn. They have Duncan Robinson. Yeah. They also have Derrick Jones playing, and, of course, Bam Adebayo. So, career high in assists, also second in the league in steals. He's an all-star lock. He should have been a starter.
Yeah, his stat line is wonderful. And I don't know how you can overlook. Like, nobody else has a stat line of 20 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, other than Bron and Luka Doncic.
Yeah, for sure.
Both MVP candidates.
Talk your talk.
I'm pied.
Yeah,
God,
pie right now. Pie right
now. You know what I'm saying?
What about a second front court player, Weezy? Who you got?
Bam Adebayo. No question.
Okay.
Like, speaking of a stat line, 15 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block a game.
Come on now. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that momentum for Bam has been building for a minute now. And it's gotten to the point where it's almost impossible to turn away from how great he's been for that Miami team. And he just expanded his game in every way possible. He's the offensive hub. The offense runs through him and Jimmy Butler. And I just think every coach and every GM would want a player like Bam Adebayo playing at a great level, be his first All-Star game. So that'd be great.
Second best player on the second best team in the East. Why not?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Ever since Bam Adebayo got snubbed in the USA game last summer, he's been on a tear. Only 5 people got the same stat line he got right now in the history of the NBA. Charles Barkley, KG,
come on,
Boogie Cousins,
come on,
David Robinson,
come on,
Chris Webb.
Okay, we go, kid.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you fine, Weezy.
I'm just telling you. Like, ever since he got snubbed in the USA camp last year, he been hooping.
Go. You see that shit?
I like that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Easy. He is in his bag.
Who's the third front court? Who's the third front court?
Jason Tatum.
I can see that, though. I can see that.
Still averaging career high 21 points a game.
Yeah.
That team is at third in the East with him as one of the leaders of that team, him and Kemba, and also another guy is going to be mentioned probably a little bit later on. I think with the East front court being what it is, you can't go wrong with Jason Tatum right there.
Yeah. My third is Domantas Sabonis, 17 and 13. This will be his first All-Star game. The Pacers deserve to get an All-Star bid because of the way that they play without Victor Oladipo being in the lineup. So it comes down to either Malcolm Brogdon or Sabonis. And I'm going to go with Sabonis because Malcolm Brogdon has been out with an injury. When Brogdon goes off the floor, the Pacers' productivity falls only by 3.3%. When Sabonis goes off, it's more than 11%. So if you have to split hairs, it's a pretty tough thing to do. But I think Sabonis gets the nod by he's so more impactful when he's on the floor.
I like Sabonis, but I'm going to go with Chris Middleton.
I like Middleton.
I'm going to go Chris Middleton, man. Yeah. He getting 28 minutes a game, 23 points, 4 assists. He shoots 50% from the field and 42 from 3, 42% for 3.
For sure.
In 28 minutes.
Yeah.
He hooping.
High level, man. Chris Middleton. They got to give the Bucks 2 players as well. They're the number 1 team in the East. You got to get 2 players. And Middleton will probably get that nod as well.
Okay.
Move on to our wild cards. Weezy, you right back up.
My wild card was Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Alongside with me, this will be his first All-Star game.
Yeah.
I think they also deserve to get 2 All-Star bids, and it comes down to Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. And I got to go with Tatum because they have just responded tremendously playing with a point guard not named Kyrie Irving. They have very similar seasons, but I think that Tatum closes out games. You personally look for a bucket, you go to Tatum, and I think Jaylen Brown will get snubbed here. They both deserve it, but the Eastern Reserve spots are going to be very tight, and they won't give Boston 3 players as a reserve. So I think they only give them 2, and I think Tatum will get the nod.
Okay. I got Sabonis as my wild card.
Okay.
He's always, he's been one of
That's
my
your
favorite.
man.
That's my guy.
That trade, the first person you said is I wish we didn't get rid of Sabonis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everything. Reason why I'm saying why
Yeah.
I hope we wished OKC didn't.
Mhm.
He's doing it right now
For sure.
Like you mentioned, averaging 17, almost 18 points a game, 12 rebounds and 4 assists. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's playing. He's all over the field and keeping those guys alive.
Exactly.
Man. He's outshadowing, outperforming, doing everything that we thought Miles Turner would do.
Exactly.
And I like Sabonis as well.
Ever since VO been out, Sabonis is a superstar in the team.
Yeah,
he's he's a showstopper.
He's a
you
star.
come to see him play.
Yeah, and he's not a sexy pick.
He's not.
Not a sexy pick.
Not yet.
Yeah,
It's going to take. It's going to take a playoff performance.
Mm-hmm.
One of those things where people realize, kind of like how
VO.
Joker had.
Oh,
VO,
okay.
yeah, VO as well.
For sure.
Just one of those playoff performances where you say, man, dang, really?
He's working.
Yeah, he's working.
He's working.
Now people pay attention to him next year.
100%. That's a good point, Jeff.
Yeah.
My second and last pick, as far as my wild card, is Chris Middleton. For everything that Weezy said, this will be his second All-Star appearance. Two Eastern Conference wild card spots are available, right? And you have to have the Bucks with 2. This guy's going to end the season with going 50, 40, 90. Okay. Only 7 players in the NBA has ever done it. You have to get that guy into the game. His scoring and shooting numbers are up all across the boards from last season. When he made his first All-Star appearance, he'll make it again just for that reason.
Can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
I went with Kyle Lowry.
Ooh. Wow.
I think Kyle Lowry gonna get snubbed, but that's a good pick.
I wouldn't be mad if he did.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to protest or anything like that. If Kyle Lowry don't make it, but his numbers, when you really break them down, he's really playing well for this Raptors team that really hasn't missed a beat.
Yeah, I think
they're where they were last year at the same time.
I think Fred VanVleet is the better basketball player of those two guys, and I think the Raptors see that. I don't see Lowry finishing the season in Toronto.
That's a smart bet.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a smart bet. A playoff team will take him.
Because you got to go with the younger player. You got to go with the player that's a little bit more ready for – and Kyle Lowry's been great for the Raptors.
Absolutely.
He would get a statue in Toronto.
Him and DeRozan,
for sure. But
I was just going to say, best career in Toronto, Kyle Lowry or DeMar DeRozan?
Got to go with Lowry.
He stayed for the ring. He was there for the ring.
Yeah, that's the difference. So the snubs. My guy Zach LaVine, man, averaging 25 points a game. But our team is horrible. Coach is horrible. This is going to be the only reason he'll get subbed. You get 25 points a game and you don't play in the All-Star game. Mm-hmm. That's rough, man. And that's a testament of a really bad team. Even though rewarding really bad teams, he's just not as impactful as Trae Young. His numbers are very good, though. But as far as impacting the world and coaches, people love Trae Young. Zach is going to get snubbed, man, and I hate that.
Sometimes you just got to stay low and keep firing, Cameron.
He's not staying low as well.
Yeah,
for sure. Any other snubs you guys got?
Voos. If the All-Star game were 2 weeks from now, I think he'd be there.
Yeah,
that team is starting to round into their mold. They're starting to play a little bit better. Folks is finding themselves.
Yeah,
Vooch is finding himself. Aaron Gordon.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to play them first round.
No, you don't want to play the match.
Not first round. Not first round. They're going to be a playoff team.
Yeah.
So I think Vooch.
And I mentioned Malcolm Brogdon. Injuries hurt him, and the Pacers only deserve one All-Star.
And
go ahead.
No,
you got it.
Got another snub.
Go ahead.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
For sure. That was my next person to talk about.
Spencer Dinwiddie, man.
You got to sell me on that one. You got to sell me on that one.
21.6 assists.
Yeah.
I love his game.
And coming off the bench, if he's a starter, he's averaging 25 points like Zach LaVine. He is a scorer. Yeah. And with Kyrie's there, it limits his scoring. And if he started the season, he would be a lock. But again, he gets snubbed because last year he would have been in, but they gave it to D'Lo because Spencer got hurt, Karis LeVert got hurt. So D'Lo just came up and got plenty of shots, which in turn helped out him. But Spencer Dinwiddie will get snubbed as well. So no Nets.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on to the Western Conference. Let's move on to the reserves in the Western Conference as well. Starting off with the point guards in the backcourt. My first person. Who you guys got?
Chris Paul.
Ooh. Ooh.
Come on,
early.
No, I did not see this happening.
Mm-hmm.
They made 2 trades. They got rid of their 2 biggest contracts in Oklahoma City.
Yep.
Brought in a haul of players.
100 and draft picks.
Mm-hmm. But young players.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Paul got them boys working.
100%.
Got them working. And Dennis Schroeder, and I misspoke last week.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Schroeder is the 6th man of the year.
Oh, my goodness.
That team, I would not want to play them in the playoffs. Like I said about Atlanta. I mean about Oklahoma City. They're playing basketball at a high level. Shout out to Chris Paul. He's an all-star, averages 17 points a game, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. He should be that 10th all-star. Go ahead.
Did I not tell you playing with James Harden ruins some of the best basketball players you've ever seen play? And I wasn't talking to you because you believed in the fact that James Harden ruins basketball players. It's affecting Russell Westbrook, and it's also now affecting Eric Gordon, and also now it shows with Chris Paul. Yeah, for sure.
When did Chris Paul get drafted?
2004.
This will be his 10th all-star game.
Yeah.
Was it 14, 16, 15 years?
15
He's
years.
right after LeBron now.
Right. And that's the point I wanted to make. Everybody's saying LeBron's 17th year. And LeBron is hooping.
Yeah.
Chris Paul is hooping.
Yeah.
In his 16th year, whatever
15,
it is. 15 years.
Yeah.
But he's hooping.
Yeah. And my first backcourt person is Dame Lillard, y'all.
No question.
Like, now, granted, Dame Lillard is playing on a bad basketball team right now, but he's picking up right where he left off, 28 points, 8 assists. I'm not the biggest Dame Lillard fan. I think it's what we talk about, somebody scoring meaningless points. All those things that I mentioned, meaningless. He's not playing good basketball at all. But Portland's having a terrible season. He's doing his normal thing, 8th in scoring. The days of Damian Lillard being on the fence of an all-star is over. He's in, but he's not playing impactful basketball. But he's impactful.
If Dame Lillard team was winning, he would give Steph a run for his money on that unanimous year. Same thing.
It's similar numbers for sure.
He finna shoot 300 threes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not impactful basketball.
So
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
If they was winning.
Okay.
That's a lot, though.
If they was winning.
If winning was a lot, though.
You're saying the year Steph was inexplicably named the unanimous MVP, that Dame Lillard has similar numbers this year that Steph had.
Absolutely.
But it didn't. That year
It's not
translated
to
to
win. It's not translated to wins.
There's a lot of injuries on that team. CJ McCullough's been out a lot. Dame's been out a lot.
CJ McCollum only lose 5 games.
That's a lot.
5 games out of 40.
But hear me out. Out of a team that when Dame has missed at least 12 to 15 himself, and then out of a team that's trying to formulate together, you add in pieces like Carmelo Anthony, adding in pieces like Hassan Whiteside, and they haven't played together many games together.
Playing really, he was putting up all-star numbers. Hassan Whiteside's playing great. 13 and
He's playing very solid.
Yeah,
I'm just
for
saying,
sure.
like, they
League
haven't been
and
together on the
blocks.
team. Yeah, and
Yeah.
CJ McCullough got to get his shot together.
for sure.
Yeah.
So Dame Lillard's my first backcourt guy. Who you guys have your first? You got CP. You had Dame Lillard.
I Dame Lillard.
Okay. What about number 2, Weezy?
CP.
Yeah, CP. Okay. What about you, Joe?
Who's your? I had your man,
Who?
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Who's gonna get that?
Devin Booker, meaningless points, meaningless stats. I mean, that's what he's been known for coming into this year.
Right.
I've been a big critic of him and his offseason choices of words.
You have.
When people
Come on, we
jump
get
on
it.
him.
We get it.
Yeah. Started the season very well. Hit a lull. Hit a wall.
No, he didn't hit a wall. The team hit a wall.
Okay. Phoenix started the season very well.
Okay.
Phoenix as a team hit a wall.
Okay.
They are starting now with Aiden is back. Rubio's playing better. They're starting to mesh a little bit better. So I think he'll be an all-star.
Okay, for sure. My second person is Donovan Mitchell. He's averaging 25, 4 and 4, making his first all-star appearance. The Jazz are quietly getting themselves together after yet a really slow start to the season with Mike Conley being sidelined. Mitchell assumed the number 1 spot again, and he's thriving. Saved the dip in assists, which kind of hurt because Conley has the ball a lot. The Jazz are winning. Coach's reward winning. Mitchell's a lot. Most definitely. Okay. Let's move on to the West front court reserves. Who you guys got?
I think it's probably unanimous. Jokic.
I got Jokic.
I got Jokic on mine, but
Yeah. He's
Slow start.
Slow start for Jokic.
Slow start.
For sure.
I mean, you said it. You know, they called him. What was his nickname or something?
I mean, heavy.
Heavy. He was a little-
He is a little-
he had to work
fun-
himself into shape,
Yeah,
cameraman.
yeah.
But as a season, he started off averaging only 16 points a game, 10 boards. Now, they're 22 points a game, almost 10 boards a game, 6 assists. He's back to himself.
Yeah, I have Jokic as well. Caught a lot of flack, like Jeff said, for coming in sluggish at the beginning of the season. But you look up and turn until the calendar year, top 3 in the West.
Yeah.
25 and 11 with him playing at a high level. 1 or 2 players in the league with 25 points and leading in the top 25 rebounds and assists. So it's another lock for him. He did start the year slow though.
Yeah, sure.
I got Brandon Ingram.
B.I. Okay.
Brandon Ingram, man, 25.5 points a game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He got that team two or three maybe wins out of the 8th spot.
Okay.
Plus Zion's coming back. I mean, we didn't. I mean, like Jeff said earlier, LeBron funded his growth, and he got out of that situation, and he's growing.
Yeah, sure.
Second player.
Just a second player.
That's me, Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram.
Like, everything we just said, they will make the playoffs. Zion is here.
I hope they do.
Zion is here.
Mm-hmm.
That's over with.
That's done.
That's done.
Done.
The skepticism's over with. We know what that is. And Brandon Ingram is playing like he's playing. He should be an all-star. He's coming into his own. Kevin Durant light. But they always, what this scouting report always said, that's exactly what he looks like.
Yeah, he looks great, man. Spent most of his time with the Lakers falling way under expectations. This is an all-star season for him. Career high in points, rebounds, and assists, and three-point percentage. Gotten better at every facet of the game besides defense, and the credit to hard work and just more of an opportunity to showcase his talent. The only apprehension about this pick, it's a vengeful pick regarding a player that's in a contract year. He's in a contract year, playing for a contract, didn't get extended a contract through the Pelicans. They will overpay him, and somebody will overpay him, but he deserved it. He's been balling, for sure. Third pick, who you guys got?
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
Like, his stats don't jump off the screen, but what he means to his team, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, right?
For sure.
Like, in the running for it again this year.
Yeah.
Like, nah, man, he's a lot to be on the All-Star team.
He's never been an All-Star.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
And no one means more to their team on the defensive side of the ball than Rudy Gobert with the Jazz. I talked about this last week. He ranks top 10 in the league in rebounds per game and second in blocks. It's crazy. He's relied upon so much on the defensive side of the ball. Not a sexy pick at all, but he deserves the nod, and I think this is the year.
Montrezl Harrell for me.
Ooh!
Montrezl Harrell, man.
I like it.
19.4 points a game, 7.2 rebounds.
Yeah.
Like Jeff said earlier that something about Rudy Gobert wasn't important. This guy's extremely important to his team.
He is.
Absolutely.
Extremely important to his team.
Yeah.
He's doing that off the bench.
Off the bench.
Yes, sir.
So, the West is rough, but he hooping.
Yeah.
And that team, what they are?
Third
seed?
Yeah.
Come on. They wouldn't be there without him.
Yeah, man.
He's Draymond.
Trez is playing at a high level. Somebody also is going to overpay for him as well, but he deserves it. I mean, he plays so hard. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants a player like Montrezl Harrell. I like that pick, Weezy, for sure. Let's move on to our wild cards. Give him a first wild card. Who wants to go first?
My first wild card is Dame.
Dame Lillard.
Dame Lillard.
Yeah.
I went with Chris Paul first, and then Devin Booker, and Dame would be the wild card.
Yeah.
Slow start to the season as far as the winning. They're not really competitive at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I do think, because they are a veteran team, they will make a push towards that last 2 or 3 playoff spots. May not get it,
right?
But they'll make it interesting.
Make a push, yeah.
And then 60 ball a couple of days ago.
Yeah, not for sure. He's shooting from logos and half court lines. He's nuts, man. Yeah, meaningless though. Let's move. My wild card pick is Devin Booker. This is his first All-Star selection. The Suns have came back to earth, like Jeff says, every week. Booker still scorching, 27.6 assists, shooting better than 50%. That was his knock. He's not an efficient basketball player. And to do what he's doing, and everybody's coming in to stop him, and he's going to go 50, 40, 90 this year, dude, that is very difficult to do. And I think that this dude will finally get some recognition and be an all-star in Chicago. That's my guy, man.
Can you attest that to him finally having a point guard?
Yeah, that helps.
Rubio's,
no, for sure, it helps. His 3-point percentage dipped as of late because Rubio's been out, but he's getting the ball in spots. Devin Booker, man, is, I think, the best shooting guard in the entire NBA because everybody is focusing in on him, and he's still very efficient. He's shooting 50% from the field, Jeff. You know how everybody's focusing in on James Harden. Can you imagine if he shot 50% from the field? He'd average 45 points a game.
I just wish he wouldn't shoot so much.
Yeah, no, for sure. Second wild card pick. Or do you have your? Oh,
I got a wild card.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I went with the safe wild card pick for the obvious.
Okay,
I'm gonna go out there.
Get out there.
Step.
Hassan Whiteside.
I love it. I'm telling
Hassan Whiteside.
I love it.
Hey, man.
He had 18 points, 18 rebounds game this year.
Yep.
That team ain't that team without Hassan Whiteside this year.
Agree.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know what he's doing. He got a new gal. I don't know what he's doing, but he hooping right now.
Yeah, it's contract year.
Yeah,
top 5 in rebounds, top 5 in blocks. Mm-hmm. Very, very vital to that team until Nurkic gets back. That dude is. I think he won't end the season there because they're trying to get under the luxury tax. But he has been great for that Portland team. He deserves an all-star appearance. I like that, Weezy.
For sure.
I like that. What about your second, Jeff?
Montrezl Harrell.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So you done? Wait, that means you don't have Russell Westbrook on your team?
No, he don't make it this year.
Ooh.
I don't either.
That's true.
Yeah,
He don't
okay.
make it this year. Like,
Okay.
we'll talk about it, but
Okay,
he
we'll
don't
talk
make
about it,
it. But Montrezl Harrell is an all-star to me.
Yeah, it's
Like-
between him and Lou.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's all between him and Lou. And,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad either one of them make it.
Right.
But to see the way, like you said, as hard as he plays,
Mhm.
average those 19 points a game, should be more. He comes to play. Him, Pat Bev, and Lou come to play every night
Hard
on
at.
that team.
For sure.
With those other two, when they want to play,
When they want to play. For
they'll
sure.
play. Paul
Yeah.
George when he want to.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard when he want to.
For
Them
sure.
three, they there every night.
Showing up.
Every night.
I like
Every
that.
night.
And they're not gonna win if they don't come to play every night.
That's
Exactly.
100%. My second pick is CP3. This will make his 10th All-Star selection. He had been an All-Star since 2016, 34 years old, was traded, like Jeff said, to the rebuilding Thunder this offseason. And people expected CP3 to request a trade, set out games like Andre Iguodala's doing. Chris Paul has done the exact opposite, playing in all of the games this year and acting as a true leader. He's a floor general of this team, very similar to how Jason Kidd looked later in his career with the Mavs. I think the Thunder will make a playoff push. They're in a playoff position right now,
Absolutely.
and it has to have Oklahoma City considering to keep Chris Paul at that point guard position, like way past his trade deadline. Now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the
heir apparent.
He's the best player on the team per se, but CP deserves the All-Star nod, man. What he did with this team, absolutely amazing, man. I'm happy for him.
You know what I think about it with CP as I look at that roster? He finally got some players around him that, all right, we're gonna listen to you.
That's it.
You lead
Yep.
us.
That's it.
100%.
That young,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always say that Chris Paul's the best leader in the entire NBA, and he's just proven it this year, man.
True
Taking
enough,
it
he probably say some shit he ain't got no business saying.
100%.
He probably make you want to fight him in the locker room.
100%.
But it's one of them things. All right, we winning. Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
One of the few other veterans on that team is Steven Adams, and he's a good soldier. He gonna listen. I mean, Steven Adams can put up with Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
At his best. And
At
you
his
know
best.
Steven Adams can put up with Chris Paul.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't rough at all.
So let's go through some snubs. I have Cat.
Yeah.
15 game absence for Cat. Closed the door for an All-Star appearance. I think the way that he goes out, Ben Simmons stepped up. Andrew Wiggins did not step up for this team like Ben Simmons stepped up for Embiid. Andrew Wiggins is trash. He's the worst basketball player in the NBA that's getting max contract. I hate him. I hate everything about his game, and he's ruining this kid's season, man. He's just a waste of a max contract.
Wiggins had a solid start.
Start a solid 15 games.
He went back to normal self.
Yeah,
he
no,
did.
for sure. He reverted. Any other snubs?
Spider Mitchell for me.
Spider. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have Spider out. Yeah.
Yeah, Spider Mitchell for me.
Yeah.
For everything you said earlier. And
Yeah.
honestly, Russ.
Yeah.
I mean, his numbers look good. He's
Yeah.
still averaging 25 points a game, still averaging 7 assists.
Yeah.
But he's not All-Star this year.
He's shooting 23% from three. His game has just been so irregular. No statistical case for Westbrook to make the All-Star team this year. He hasn't made the same impact as he made in OKC with this Rockets team, and that has 100% to do with James Harden. 100%.
I had a snub. It was Lou Will.
Yeah, damn, I hate that. Lou Will really deserves to be an All-Star, man. It's just not enough spots for him, man. If he was in the East, he would make
Lou
it.
will make it.
He would make
You know, Jeff, we call it the Warriors team. What? Super.
Super duper team.
We could do the same thing for this team.
No.
They
Not the
just
same.
playing.
No, but
They
listen
just
though.
playing.
Listen. PG.
Mm-hmm.
All-Star. Superstar.
Kawhi.
Superstar.
Lou Will.
6 man.
6 man.
All right, not super duper team.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
not
no,
enough.
no. You got that was Katie.
Yeah.
That was Steph.
Yeah.
That was Clay.
Yeah, and
that was
Draymond.
Draymond.
Yeah.
And you threw it to DeMarcus Cousins just because you wanted to.
Yeah, that's
Super
crazy.
Duper team.
And that is the All-Star Reserve Selection Show. We're going to see how this team is shaking up.
Mhm.
I think I'm 100% from the field.
Oh man.
Which pick do you don't feel great about, Jeff? I think I got all mine, cameraman.
I think I'm good, especially in the West.
Yeah, in the
West,
West.
I think I'm cooking.
Yeah, I
In the
think I'm
West.
good in both.
Only one part I'm not. I should be corrected about is Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah. Yeah.
That Kyle Lowry probably going.
Kyle Lowry gonna
probably bite me.
I think I'm worried about Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
I think they'll find a way to get maybe Jaylen Brown in there over him, but
Yeah.
one of those guys makes it. So
Yeah.
a lot of the two teams, like so it's Sabonis or Brogdon, you know, it's
Yeah.
just a bunch of different.
So you
stuff
said
like that.
if it's not Tatum, it'll be Jaylen Brown.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man.
For sure. That was fun, man.
Yeah.
Weezy showed up, showed out today, big dog.
Good show,
Happy
Weezy.
for a year, man. You clocked in
sir.
today. Again, we got maybe like 2 hoodies left.
Yeah.
Man, so
Limited,
you guys,
limited.
you're very, very limited hoodies. Reach out to us. Those are gone. We have some new things coming.
Socks on the way.
Some new things
Okay.
coming soon, for sure.
Socks back.
We're gonna edit that out.
Yeah, for sure. Tweet us
How
with
about that go,
questions. Excuse me. Tweet us with the questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe, but more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Weezy,
Everything paid for, baby.
Jeff,
Camera's always on, brother.
cameraman, the revolution will be podcasted. We are out.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on prior episodes, visit the SoundCloud page. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.